access on taking the headlight out, there's usually a bolt down in here. Mine doesn't have that, so it's just 1, 2. Undo the corner bulb and then undo the main connector on the back of the headlight. That way we can reach the bottom of the bipipe. Pretty straightforward. Here's a better view of where that 10 mil bolt is. It's on this side, and then same thing on the passenger side as well. We're gonna undo this, and the bipipe should come right out. Fingers crossed. All right, a brand new power steering pump from FCP Euro looks like. So we got to rebuild that. Look at that, we got to rebuild that once we get the old one out. All right, way down in there, we got the 17 on the tensioner. We need a super shallow 17. Here you go, Power. And we should be able to just take the tension off of the belt. We want it off of this pulley because we want to pull this pulley off.
Well, try pulling the lever back, and then so you have leverage that is in front of the belt instead of behind it where you are now, so you can pull it over. Yeah, like there you go.
Oh, that would be smart. There we go.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that on there because that was a pain in the butt. And now we have our thing free. Now we just gotta take the pulley off. Omar said take the pulley off, it's way easier than doing anything else, and then it should just right out. Fingers crossed. We've come up with a trick. This little guy with the 6 mil is what we need for clearance, but it's not long enough to work. Luckily, a 21 millimeter socket fits over the end of it, and that gives us the leverage we need to pop it loose. So we've popped 2 loose. This is gonna be the last one, and now that we're filming, it's gonna give us trouble.
You also know that you put the belt back on.
Oh yeah, we put the belt back on because we needed the leverage to get this.
Hold that pulley in place, essentially.
Yeah. Hey, we got all 3. Nice.
That works way better than that one.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's take the belt off before we F anything else up. All right, we went to Home Depot. These are some Husky ball head hex in there, which means that you can hit it at an angle like this. And then we just got an extendo up here so we can actually get our hands out of the way. So, Pound, if you want to send it, you can, or if you want me to do it.
There we go.
Nice.
The light out, but that was easy, actually. I'm gonna get the
beauty. All right, yeah, leave it in there for now. But oh yeah, let me see. So that's what allows it to be flexible, is that it's a ball at the end. Obviously a little riskier because you have less surface area on the bolt, but in cases like this, you got to do it. Get a magnet, we'll pull that out.
Oh, yep, it's out.
Got her. Oh yeah. Now here's Cowan for the scientific explanation of what happened here.
Yeah, it looks like the bearing race, or part of the bearing, is kind of disintegrated. Something
kind of disintegrated. That is not kind of disintegrated.
That's the definition of grenaded itself.
That is grenaded. Needs a power steering pump. Listen, you can hear it. All right, so now we have to do this guy down there, which in the grand scheme of things up here is down there. And then there's one right here that we have to do as well. These are all 6 mil hexes. Then Omar says do not, my buddy Omar gave us all the tips to do this, by the way, but he says do not loosen this clamp because you'll never get it back on. Loosen this one and undo this banjo bolt, and we should be in business. I don't know why every time I put my finger in there, the white balance goes crazy yellow, but anyway, we'll get that undone, and we'll keep you guys updated how it goes. So this hose is the one you want to get from the top, not from the bottom. Pound's working it back. We cut the one-time clamp off of it, and we'll put a hose clamp on in the future, but it should just pop off, right?
Seems like it will, but
it's hard. This is a firm hose. Omar said, don't be afraid if it's hard.
I'm not afraid.
So we have everything loose. This is a 22. Everything loose other than this guy. Wow, it really goes crazy when I put the
white
blue
balance,
glove
yeah.
in there. But it's loose. We just have to get it out of this hose. So I'm pulling, Pound's prying, and I don't have the tripod adapter tonight, so you guys are just gonna have to imagine. But basically, I'm pulling this direction, Pound's prying with the screwdriver that direction. All right, so the reason Omar suggested we did it this way is if you were to just remove the pump and leave the bracket, there's one bolt there and one bolt there, but there's also this one on the back. So instead of doing that, we took the bracket and the pump out. All we have to do is undo those 3 bolts, which may be a little difficult out of the car, but we got 2 sets of people. And then we swap the bracket onto this new pump. New pump goes in the car. We rotate it a couple times to get some fluid through it, and we're in business.
Yeah.
Here she is with the bracket on, the new power steering pump. We're gonna get some power steering fluid in there, and then we're gonna get it back in the car. On this banjo bolt that sits here, there's a crush washer on this side, but there's also a crush washer that goes between this piece and that piece. We couldn't find it. We thought we had dropped it. It turns out it was attached to the old power steering pump right here. So you just wanna make sure you thread that on when the banjo bolt goes in. So for example, it's gonna go like this, and then it's gonna go through that one, and you have a crush washer on both sides. Omar says if you lose those, you're gonna have a bad time. I don't personally know, but I can imagine probably not the greatest thing in the world.
And if you're a super duper professional, you'd technically replace those. I'd say.
Yeah, definitely replace those. These are brand new. What are you talking about, Pound? We just replaced them because we're professionals. All right, fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. Oh, the fluid's way down. And after adding more power steering fluid, steering is smooth. Level is, it could use a little bit more, but it's good. And no noise. Let's go, baby. That new unit down in there. All right, new challenge. I got fluid leaking out of this guy. Then I got a puddle on the floor. Is this just old power steering fluid? It doesn't smell like it. It smells like gear oil. Diff fluid?